Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a DIY inspired Christmas pillow by Timree, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned to see how I did this DIY Christmas pillow. The first things you're going to need is a pillow cover. This I got at Hobby Lobby for $4.99. It was on sale for 50% off. So I got it for $2.50, and this is just a burlap type of color, very neutral. And also what you're going to be needing is acrylic paint. For the acrylic paint, you can really use any paints that you have. I had the ones on hand, brown, white, green, red, black, pink, purple, whatever colors you really want to use. Also with the pillow cover, we will be ironing it because it was in a package. It seems to have all these lines, so I'm going to go ahead and iron it to make it a little bit smoother when you are painting on the fabric, and just make it a little bit more neater when you are going to use it and put it on the pillow. Okay, you're also going to need any paintbrushes that you have on hand, different sizes, and a permanent marker. Now I'm just starting off with a simple box. It's going to be for the structure. It's going to be a gingerbread house, so you want to start off kind of with a square and just start off. I am freehanding this. There's no right or wrong way. This is going to be your pillow, so just go ahead and do a square with just brown. Now you do see me in the video just not covering the entire box, but we do want to do a box to start off with, and really it's really simple. Just do a brown square. Okay, we are going to start doing the top of the house, and this is just basically a triangle on the top, just trying to fill it all in like a small house. So you just want to start filling that in with brown. Okay, now I'm starting off with some white, and I'm just taking it to the top of the roof. What I'm doing is I'm building kind of like a snow that is a layer on the top of the house, and I'm just doing that all on the top. It doesn't have to be perfect, because honestly, the Timree, if you know who she is, she does a lot of paintings and different types of like canvas art, and her art isn't really perfect. It's just really nice and put together, but at the same time it's not perfect, and that's what I like about her paintings. They're kind of whimsical and I really like them. So on the top I'm just putting a layer of snow, kind of, on, like if it's sitting on top, and then I'm doing some little icicles. This is just a smaller paintbrush, and I'm going over on the top of the house and just doing it all throughout the house on the top, as if there's like icicles kind of dropping on the house. So you'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, now I'm grabbing some red paint and I'm going to start doing the door. I want to kind of start at the bottom a little bit below that brown, and I just want to go ahead and do a rectangle and do a door that's just going to be filled with just red. So you're just going to go ahead and paint a red rectangle as a door. Right here, I'm just adding some brown just on the spots where I didn't add in color and just filling it in with brown, just trying to perfect the door. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Her art, if you look it up, Timree has really, really nice paintings, and trust me, it will all come together. Now I'm taking some white. This is going to be on the top of the door, kind of where it's going to have a label. Now this part, you're just going to fill in white. When you do have this part, you can add anything inside of it as far as like the writing that's going to go in here. It can have your last name, which I did, and you'll see that towards the end of the video that I have my last name, just saying the Tras Lavinas, which is my last name, and just saying like kind of like this is our house, our gingerbread house. But you can add anything. You could put happy holidays. Really, it's up to you what you want to add on there. And all I did was add it in with a Sharpie. But like I said, right here I'm just filling it in with white. As you can see, I've already filled it all in for you guys. I'm adding some black on the part of the doors just to give it some kind of depth and shadows in the doors, just so that it could kind of look like there's different types of dimension. I'm also adding a yellow doorknob just to stand out, but you can honestly use whatever colors that you want. With the door, I'm also adding kind of the frame of the door, and at the top I'm just doing a line kind of like a L, and towards the bottom I'm going to do, like I said, a frame of the door. And you can do this or you can do your own. You really can go no wrong with the shape that you do. Now I am going to leave a little bit of space because we will be adding a wreath to this. So I wanted to make sure that I did leave a little space for the wreath. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be perfect. Then I'm going to be adding windows to it. You can add any shape of windows. I just kind of decided to go along with the one that she had in her picture, and I really like the shape of this, but I'm just doing kind of a shape, or I'm sorry, I'm just doing a window and adding kind of like a cross. And on the bottom, I'm going to start doing 2 white circles. These are going to be like candy cane, not candy cane, peppermints that are at the bottom, and you can do it a little bit lower where that brown line is. And I'm just filling those in with white, and then I'm going back to the top. Now this is going to be the design that's going to be on the top of the house. I'm just kind of doing like a heart with like some whimsical kind of lines, so I just want to go ahead and do that. And this is optional, you don't have to do this, but I really wanted to. Then I'm adding 2 dots on each side, and like I said, that is optional, but I wanted to go ahead and add that on there. And I'm going to start off with white, and on the side there are some candy canes, so I'm going to start off by filling in some candy canes, and this is going to be going on the along the side of the house. And it doesn't have to be thick, it just has to be kind of a longer, because it is a candy cane and it's going to go a little bit along the side of the house. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, right here you see I've already did the candy canes on both sides and added some red lines. I'm taking a Sharpie and just kind of going over, giving it some depth and just kind of outlining the candy canes on the side just to give it a little bit more, tidying it up, because this black Sharpie does make it a lot cleaner. Along with the top of the house, I'm just doing that along the whites, and where the top of that, where the heart is, I'm also doing that and just going along, and it does clean it up, so don't worry about how messy it might be. The Sharpie will fix anything. Then I'm going to be doing the peppermints. This is your preference. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of whimsical and really, really cute, and this is for you in your house, and you can do anything with this. Go ahead and play along with whatever that you like. It's really up to you how you want to design this, but I really liked how this came out, so we're just going to go ahead and add those red lines. As you can see, I'm just adding the wreath, and I'm just kind of stippling it on there and just making a circle, filling it in with the green and just going along the door so it makes it seem like it's actually on the door. And then I'm just adding the green all around. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to do it really messy so that it looks like it's a wreath and it's not perfect like a perfect circle, but it is a wreath. Then I'm just going to start with the gumdrops on the top of the house. You can really add any color that you like. I did pink, yellow, green, blue. I really did any color that I really had already. I didn't want to go out and buy any acrylic paint. I just wanted to use the colors that I want, and I thought that these colors were fun and they really do look like candies, and you just kind of do them in the shape of a gumdrop, and it's going to be all along the house. Now you can go in any type of order, doesn't have to be perfect, but this just is going to be added on the top. I'm also adding it at the bottom. Any colors that you choose to put on there, it could be whatever colors that you decide to do. It doesn't even have to be those colors. I'm taking some blue and adding some snow at the bottom. I just decided to do a light blue, then I added some white, just some snow that's dropping along the side of the house, and I'm adding a little bit of white. There is a little bit of white in there, but this is more like a lighter blue. I'm also making it seem like there's kind of a little bit of a hill in front of the house, adding some white to give it a little bit of more depth to it and some dimension, and adding more white, like I said, to it so it does look like snow, and some on the door as well, as if there was snow along the door. So on here I was going to use a marker and put white paint, but that marker didn't end up working out. It was a white paint marker, so I ended up just, cleaning up the peppermints with that Sharpie. That Sharpie really came in handy. Then I'm doing just some holly berries. I'm putting them on the top of the window, and then just adding the greenery of the holly berry and just putting that on there. That is optional, you don't have to do that. Then I'm taking that black marker and going back. This is a Sharpie from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going and outlining all the gumdrops, and this is really just giving it more shape, and it came out really cute. I'm also adding white to the wreath, just some white dots to the wreath so it looks like it's a little bit cleaner, adding white dots to the gumdrops on all along the top of the house, and it really came together. As you can see, it kind of looks like snow is dropping on the gumdrops of the house. Like I said, it's really up to you how you want to do it. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this was really fun to do, and you can make it your own. I just added my last name, like I said, on the top, but that is up to you how you want to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.